Okay guys, this video is if you are a solutions manager. You want to make sure that you have a couple of important things out before you start. So let's start out with a water source. Here I have my bucket of water. You will not be using a bucket of water. You will be going to the sink and getting your water there, only at the sink, so that there's no major messes. So I'm going to be using a water bucket. You also need 5 labeled beakers, and they should have come from your salt manager. You're also going to need a copy of your instructions, your procedure here, as well as a graduated cylinder. This is a graduated cylinder here. It has numbers on it, graduated cylinder. And a pen or a pencil along with a pipette looking like this, okay? So measuring liquids is not that difficult, but it can be somewhat annoying at times, mainly because it might not go the way that you planned, and you might have to do it a couple times. So make sure you are close to a sink and that no electrical cords are nearby. Notice how there's no microscope here, there's no cords. I'm moving my phone. My phone's too close. If I spill water on it, I don't want to have any electrical problems. So make sure that's all out of the way. Now that you have a clean surface, you're going to want to make sure that you read through procedure part 1, B and C. So you're going to take your notes. You're going to go to procedure part 1, number 1, B and C. And what they say is that you need to measure out 20 milliliters of water in a graduated cylinder. So 20 milliliters on a graduated cylinder. I'm going to use my pen. You can see this. So here's 5, 10, 15, and 20. We're going to come up to this line. We want the water to come only up to this line. Okay, so I'm going to fill some water. You're going to do this at the sink. Oops, and I went too far. I went to 25. Okay, I don't want that much. So do I just pour everything back in? No. Okay, you're going to use your pipette if you mess up. And what happens is you don't want to squeeze and push and push and push. That's going to create bubbles like this. Okay? No. No. Okay, what you want to do is you want to have it on a stable surface, okay? If you can see those numbers there, I can point it a little bit closer. You're going to want to take the pipette. Oops, can you see it? You're going to want to squeeze it before you go into the water. Keep holding it. Insert it into the graduated cylinder. You can see it in here. And then you're going to release your grip slowly. And you should start seeing water come up into the pipette and the water line go down. So it did go down. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to put the water back into there. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to squeeze here, squeeze, put it in here, and watch the water line go down. Okay, so now it's down to 25. I want to do that a couple more times. Oops. Move my water jar closer. Okay. I'm going to continue. I'm going to squeeze it, squeeze, until I get down to that 20 and release. Almost there. Again. Almost there. And one more time. I don't want to go past the 20. Okay. Now, there's something called a meniscus. Let's talk about it real quick. A meniscus is basically a little bubble at the top of the water line, okay? And so where that is here, if you can see real close, there's a little bubble here, okay? We want to read to the bottom of that bubble, okay? So when we're looking at this and measuring to the line, you want to look at the bottom of the bubble, okay? The bottom of the bubble, which is important why you need to have it sitting on a stable surface so you can read to the bottom of the bubble line. So I'm going to get this as close as possible so you can see the numbers, okay? You want to look down at the bottom of the little bubble, which is directly at the 20. That is when you know that you are at the correct number. You want to read at the bottom of the meniscus line. It goes like this. So if you look over here, I don't know if you can see it here. Here's your graduated cylinder, okay, like this. The bottom of your water line is going to be, okay, so this little bubble, you want to read down here at the bottom of your bubble line. Can you see that? Let me bring this closer. To the bottom of that bubble, you want to read it. Okay, so you would be expecting the 20, sorry guys, the 20 is going to be there. Nope, you can't read that. Can you read this? Nope. Nope, oh well. Okay, you know that the 20 is there. Okay, so the bottom of the meniscus. Okay, the bottom. All right, so once you have 20 milliliters, you're going to, real quick, you're going to take that 20 milliliters and you're going to pour the correct amount of water into each beaker. So first of all, each beaker needs 20 milliliters of water. So this first one, 0%, will only have water in it. So you're going to pour 20 milliliters in there, okay, and set that down. You make sure to record how much water is going into each beaker. If you mess up and you put a little bit more or a little bit less, write that down, okay? I'm going to do it again, except for this time, if I'm using a water bucket, I'm just going to use my pipette to fill this. I don't really see a big issue in doing that. Notice how I'm releasing. Water's coming up. Water's coming up. Okay, I'm going to do this over and over again until I get to the 20. Almost there. Remember, to the bottom of the meniscus. Perfect. Okay, 20 milliliters again. Now, I have my second beaker, which should be labeled. If not, please make sure you're checking. It should be labeled, my second, 0.5%, which has 0.1 grams in it. So this should be labeled 0.5. The next one, I'm putting 20 milliliters inside. There it is, okay? You're going to continue to do this with 20 milliliters for each of the 5 beakers, okay, until they all have the correct amount of water in them, okay? Now, for cleanup, you're going to want to make sure all water gets away from any of the rest of your experiment, nothing next to the microscope. All of these should have water in them, and you're going to dry out and clean the graduated cylinder and make sure it gets back to me. Also, if there's any water on the table, you're going to take your kind of mess and clean it up, okay? And then you're going to bring these solutions back to your tables thoroughly mixed up, okay?